Hi, I'm Alex Rutherford from Place Estate Agents. Well, thanks for watching. I'm joined today by Brett Warren from Metropole Buyers Agents, and he's very much a large part of our Brisbane market. And why I got him in today is that buyers agents are becoming very prevalent within the marketplace. So thanks, Brett, for joining me.
Pleasure.
And tell me about why buyers agents. What's the bonus of having you on board?
Yeah, sure. Look, it's becoming a good trend. The speed of transactions starting to quicken up. The average buyer knows a lot more than they did 5 or 10 years ago. So that kind of information is now available to everyone. But to go to that next level, people are entrusting professionals and assisting advice on making sure they don't pay too much, maybe getting an early head start on the property, or off-market opportunities as well, which can be quite difficult in a rising market.
Yep, okay. And you've been doing this for quite some time. We've met a few times. Yeah. There's two different markets in Brisbane at the moment. There's the house market and the apartment market. Very two-speed. Tell me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, there's a big oversupply of apartments at the moment. I'm sure everybody knows that. It's been in the media a fair bit. But look, that's a short-term thing. Melbourne and Sydney did have a similar kind of issue, but their population growth is much stronger. So it'll just take a little bit longer for Brisbane's growth and population to catch up and absorb that oversupply. But houses are really performing strongly. Detached housing has performed equally with some of the Sydney or Melbourne areas, in the past 5 or so years. So, and that will probably last a little bit longer in this stage of the cycle. So it's exciting for people who are in that market.
Okay. So if you were advising a client at the moment between sort of 12 and 18 months to purchase, what would be your targets as such?
Yeah, look, I'd get back to fundamentals and the drivers of capital growth. That's the most important thing. So you probably want to be looking within 10 or 12 k's of Brisbane. Our 3 major employment hubs are expanding. The city's getting a massive expansion through the Queen's Wharf and other things. Our airport's getting a second runway, and some of our hospitals are expanding as well. So you probably don't want to be more than 20 or 30 minute drive from those. Public transport's going to become more important as we get another million people here in the next 10 or 12 years. Infrastructure and public transport is going to be paramount. And then we look for little things like school catchments, quiet tree-lined streets, good walkability to lifestyle precincts like we are here today having a great coffee. And that's important to people these days as well.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, the other thing is, obviously we're getting a lot of the Melbourne, Sydney and even Perth market and overseas. How do they find you?
Yeah, sure. They generally look for someone who they can trust and someone who's been in the market for a long time. We've had that good market experience and depth for over a decade now. So, we do a lot of blogs. Our property blog's rated #1. We've got a lot of exposure on social media and things like that. And, when you're doing Google searches and things like that, make sure you're looking at reviews and people who have had that market experience and depth as well.
Yep, beautiful. Well, look, thank you very much for chatting with us today. It's a very brief video, but it's a very important one because obviously if you are looking to buy within a market and you're not really clear of where to look and how to go about it, definitely you're very welcome to either get in touch with myself or Brett. But what they largely do is do research and then obviously recommend certain properties and putting together what your investment or let's say purchase structure is all about. But Brett and I have worked together, as I mentioned before. It's been really a great relationship. So thank you very much for watching. And if you do have any questions, give me a call, 0417 877 828. Thanks and have a great day.